Hey everyone, how's it going? It is Sunday, May 4th, so may the 4th be with you. Um, I am, preparing for surgery. It is a week from tomorrow, so getting really, really close. And I've just been spending this last 2 weeks really, or the last week, really just getting ready, sort of finishing up things with my contracting, just sort of wrapping up all the odds and ends, getting some stuff in the freezer for post surgery, some smoothie preparation, some really easy soups. We do have a meal delivery service that's going to come, but just kind of trying to make it as easy for Steve and I as I can, but while I still can. And then just getting some headspace, really kind of getting my house clean, our room clean, you know, getting everything lined up, hospital bag packed, etc. But also getting some headspace, just really taking time to do a little bit of meditation, a lot of therapy, um, to get ready for what's coming next week. So, but I had two um, kind of quotes that came across Instagram that were kind of like smack in the face. Really, really just resonated with me about where I am right now. And I think anybody who's in this process. So I wanted to share those with you and sort of share my thoughts. So the first quote says, worrying is like a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but it gets you nowhere. And like, um, because this surgery is no joke, right? This surgery is of my choosing, yes, to help prevent me from getting cancer, at least, or, really reduce my risk of getting cancer. Because again, calculated risk score right now, I'm at about 70% of getting one or both breast and ovarian cancer. This will take my risk down to under 5%. So, but in getting ready for this surgery, that's 8 to 10 hours long, is the new estimate we have from the surgeon, from our post-op or pre-op appointment. That's a long fucking time to be under and having all this moving around of your body parts. So there's a lot of worry there, right? There is a lot of worry about all the things that could go wrong in surgery, post surgery, in the healing process. Um, so I feel this quote. I feel like being in the rocking chair, like worrying gives you something to do, but it doesn't get you anywhere, right? Like it's out of my hands once I go under, right? So it really resonated with me, and I wanted to share that because it is so hard to not worry. I think it's just part of human nature. We are sort of natural catastrophizers. Not that's not the word. I don't even know what that word is, but we kind of naturally, I think, can think of everything as a catastrophe. We gravitate towards the negative, and so um, I just thought it was really interesting. And I personally am going to spend this next week as I go into surgery really working on not doing that and really trying to keep a really positive mindset, because I do think that's hugely important for how I go into surgery, how I come out of surgery, how I recover. So that's the space that I personally want to live in. But that quote just smack. And then the other one that I thought was even more more important, was stop waiting to feel ready. Ready is not a feeling, it's a decision. And the last few weeks, everybody has been asking me, like, how do you feel? Are you ready? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm trying to be, but I have this and I have that. And it's been like, I don't know what it's like to feel ready about all of this until I had my pre-op appointments with my doctors. I asked all my questions. I, talk to them about, what's going to happen in the hospital, like how are things going to go, and um, kind of just got some other information. And after those appointments and then sitting down with Steve and talking, like there was a moment later that evening where all of a sudden I kind of like looked at him and I was like, okay, like it's shifting. Like I feel ready now. I feel ready to be on the other side of surgery. Now I don't know that I feel ready for surgery per se, but I feel ready to be on the other side of surgery. And I really think it was kind of a decision of like, I have all the information now. I have tried to prepare as much as possible. I've done research, I have done therapy, I kind of know what to expect. There are always things that I'm not going to know, and that's okay. I think it's really important to just be super tuned into my body and what's going on, and, speak to whatever doesn't feel right. And just communicate with people. Um, so it'll be interesting, but I do think there was a decision point where all of a sudden it wasn't about feeling ready. It was about like, okay, I am ready, and just actually saying it out loud. So anyway, I just thought those quotes were really relevant, especially relevant to me, to this process, and I think to so many different, things in life. So I just wanted to share, and I do have some other topics I want to talk about, but I'll save that for another video. So I hope you have a great day. Like, subscribe, and comment. Bye.